Hello guys, my name is Kenneth. I'm a nurse here in London and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the COVID-19 vaccines in the UK and everything you need to know about the new coronavirus vaccine jobs. If you like the video or if you like the topic that we're going to discuss today, don't forget to click the subscribe button on my channel, Itkenbeyouradventures, to get hold of my life here in London and anywhere else in the world. And also, don't forget to click the bell button for further notifications in order to receive updates about the new vlogs that I'm going to upload in my channel. And also, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you guys for those who have already subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for continuously supporting me in the things that I do. You guys have always been my inspiration to continue the things that I do in my channel. And also, for those who have not yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to join the bandwagon because we've already created a community of dreamers and we're now currently around 1,500 plus subscribers and we're aiming to reach 100,000 subscribers, and with your support guys, we're gonna make it happen. So thank you so much in advance and more power to us, and you guys rock. Let's start. So we all know that the hot issue right now is actually if it's safe for you to receive the COVID vaccine. Have you had enough knowledge about the COVID vaccine that has been rolled out in different countries already? And here in the UK, it's already been rolled out and a lot of people, around more than 2 million people, have already been vaccinated all over the United Kingdom. And the race is still on and there's still a lot of people that needs to be vaccinated here in the UK. But of course, in saying all of that, this vlog will serve its purpose in order to provide you with the basic information in order to help you out in understanding more about the COVID vaccines that has been approved by the government. Also, to give you an overview about what you can do, is it safe for you to have it, about the storage, and also what the future holds for you if you receive the vaccine. Remarkably, a COVID vaccine has been already rolled out in the UK, less than 12 months from a pandemic being declared. And not only that, vaccines from Pfizer, Mrna, and the ones that was developed by Oxford University have shown to be many times more efficient than first predicted, by about 90% in some instances. Now approved for use, the Pfizer vaccine has been rolled out in the UK, and the 90-year-old Margaret Keenan from Coventry was the first patient or the first person to have ever received the Pfizer vaccine that has been rolled out here in the United Kingdom. And it was also given the green light by the country's medicine regulator. Some 800,000 doses of vaccines have already been rolled out in different or in various hospital hubs in the UK, enough for 400,000 people. But it isn't clear when more doses will arrive from the manufacturer. As of last week, there are around almost reaching to 3 million people have already been vaccinated all across the UK, and it will be expected that there will be more people to be vaccinated all throughout the UK in the coming months. However, amid all the positive coronavirus vaccine news that has came out to the public, there are also several key questions that a lot of people are still uncertain about. Whether when the vaccines will be readily available for everyone around the world or even here in the UK, and how exactly do these coronavirus vaccines work? That is also the very big question. And do they have any side effects that will be detrimental to your health? And also, what about the storage? All these uncertainties and all these questions that we have had, we will try to answer it on this vlog. So far, there are 4 major vaccines that have shown promising results to fight coronavirus. And let's look at each vaccines briefly. One that has been approved first is what we call Pfizer-BioNTech. After conducting their final efficacy analysis, the 2 drug companies announced that their vaccine is more than 94% effective in over 65 years olds. The findings were based on around 41,000 study participants around the globe. This vaccine has been approved in the UK and has been rolled out in most areas here in the UK for mass usage. The second vaccine is what we call the Oxford University AstraZeneca, which is also a viral vector vaccine. The vaccine was shown to be, on an average, 70% effective on its analysis on the 3rd phase of its trial data. Also, this one has been approved in the UK for mass usage. The next one is the recently approved Mrna, which has been used in United States of America and has been conducted in 30,000 study participants in America. The vaccine showed to be nearly 95% effective, and this has been also approved in the UK for mass usage. Fourth one, which is probably gonna be approved in the UK in the coming months, is called the Gamaleya or the Sputnik viral vector vaccine. This one, in a press release, the Gamaleya National Center of Epidemiology and Microbiology in Moscow claimed a large-scale Russian study saw 92% effectiveness of this vaccine. However, other scientists have voiced concerns about its claims on its effectiveness. Although the vaccine was trialed on 18,000 people, the efficacy claim has been attributed to around only 39 participants to test positive with coronavirus. We'll also discuss briefly how these vaccines work. So, are you ready? Although the inner working of each vaccine differs from one another, they essentially all use the same strategy to protect us from the COVID virus, fooling our bodies into thinking we're infected, where in fact we're not. By doing this, it allows our immune system to build memory of COVID-19, meaning it is better prepared to fight it against in the future. So here are the 4 major COVID vaccine types based on how they work. The first one is the viral vector vaccine. This is the type of vaccine that was developed by University of Oxford, the AstraZeneca. It works by injecting the body with a genetically altered common cold virus from chimpanzees, what's called adenovirus. This lab-modified virus can't replicate in the body or harm it, but does carry the genetic instructions used to create the protein spikes or crowns that can be found in the coronavirus. These spikes aren't harmful themselves. They're simply what the coronavirus used to latch the cells. After injecting the vaccine virus enters the cell. There, it uses the cell's nucleus to photocopy the genetic instructions of how to make the coronavirus protein spikes. This causes the cells to produce its own spikes, prompting the body's white cells to attack it. This means that if confronted by a real COVID-19 virus, your immune system can recognize this spike and has a tried and tested battle plan. The next one is the mRNA vaccines. This is the type of vaccine that was developed by Pfizer. An mRNA works incredibly similar to that of the viral vector vaccine. Both are designed to prompt some of the body's cells to produce coronavirus spikes or crowns to provoke immune response. However, the mRNA somewhat streamlines the process. Instead of forcing the cells to photocopy genetic instruction, the vaccine is a collection of instructions that enters few of the human cells. These fragile genetic codes need to be stored on a very low temperature, around about -70 degrees Celsius. Viral vector vaccines, however, can be stored at a regular fridge temperature. The next one is the protein adjuvant vaccines. Like several other vaccines, the protein adjuvant vaccines relies on teaching the immune system to recognize COVID-19 protein spikes. However, while the mRNA and viral vector vaccines work by making some of your own cells to produce these crowns, this vaccine directly inserts or injects the protein spikes into the body. This involves purifying just only one component of the virus away from everything else. It's essentially growing huge amount of cells that are expressing spikes and then purifying the spikes away from each part of the virus. Last but not the least is the inactivated whole virus vaccine. As the name suggests, this vaccine inserts a dead or inactive COVID-19 virus to the body, triggering an immune system response. While simple in theory, those vaccines are very difficult to produce. The biggest problem you have here is really manufacturing, because you really need to have the whole genetic makeup of the vaccine. And it's also gonna be like dead, or it's gonna be like probably inactive virus. And it's also highly dangerous, I would say, and it's very tricky because once you create or make or inoculate a whole virus, a huge virus, then you have to like really make sure that once you've utilized that one, you have to make sure that it's totally dead or it's totally inactive before it's gonna create much more problem to people or to the ones who's gonna receive the vaccine. Since we've already discussed the different types of COVID vaccines that are available for mass usage and also the different types of COVID vaccines based on how they work, we're now gonna proceed now on the next big thing, which are the side effects of vaccines. Based on research, there are no significant major safety concerns that has been reported in using the vaccine. A coronavirus vaccine will only be approved by the government or by the Ministry of Health or by the Department of Health of any country if it has already been extensively studied, as well as it has passed a robust test in major and different trials that has been conducted in terms of its effectiveness, its efficacy, as well as its possible side effects to a greater population. Here in the UK, it's down to the medication regulator, which is called the MHRA, or what we call the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, to authorize any vaccine, which will be analyzed for several weeks before it can be rolled out to the public for usage. Now, another major concern of these COVID vaccines for a lot of people is the transport as well as the distribution. Main differences between vaccines or the COVID vaccines is actually the transport and also their storage. Although plans have not yet been finalized, UK has already started doing mass vaccinations in most areas or in different parts of the UK, much more so in different major hospital sites in different parts of the UK to do mass vaccinations for people. We have already accounted to around almost 3 million people who have already been vaccinated here in the UK for the first dose, and also the second dose will be to follow in the next couple of months. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, which has been the first one to be rolled out on the public for usage or for vaccination, is somehow very delicate type of vaccine because it needs to be stored at a very low temperatures, around -70 degrees Celsius. And so this is much more of a concern because its distribution and its storage is not really possible for care homes or probably for some nursing homes or some GP practice or some private practice. Good thing that Pfizer has made an effort in order to actually address this problem, wherein they made their own packaging, as well as they did some storage regulation in terms of like putting these vaccines on dry ice so that it can last for like at least like 10 days while maintaining its efficacy in order to be mass produced. While on the other hand, the Mrna is much easier in terms of storage and transport because Mrna vaccine can last for up to like 30 days in storage at room temperature for up to like 12 hours and remain stable at -20 degrees Celsius temperature. All these COVID vaccines needs to be stored in a specialized refrigerator, as well as they need to be maintained at a specific temperature in order to maintain its efficacy while we are transporting, or while these vaccines are being transported to different sites for mass usage. Next is, who are the priority for this coronavirus vaccine? It says that the government will prioritize the most vulnerable age groups to receive these COVID vaccines. But of course, there is no specific or concrete details has not yet been announced by the government. But however, the Joint Commission on Vaccination and Immunization has recommended a priority order based on who is on the highest risk. So this will be the order: older adults in care home and home care workers, all those aged 80 and over, and healthcare providers, all those aged 65 and over, high-risk adults under 65, moderate risk adults under 65, all those aged 60 and over, all those 55 and over, all those aged 50 and over, lastly, the rest of the population. However, in saying all of those, of course, it is still a priority that everyone across the board, whatever it is, the vulnerable or the general population, everyone at least should have received the COVID vaccine. Because of course, what we need here is to protect the general public. And also, of course, in saying all of that, let's not get our hopes high in terms of if we receive the vaccine, we will then again not be vulnerable to any virus. However, we still need to maintain the standard protocol of social distancing, wearing masks, washing our hands, as well as staying at home. Vaccines are there to protect us, but it doesn't mean that we need to be complacent on things. We have to be always vigilant and to keep safe, and also to protect ourselves and to protect everyone. If you have comments or suggestions or any concerns about the vlog that I have made, put your comments down below and I'll be happy to respond to all your comments, and I will answer as much as I can and honest answers to all of your comments. If we made this video fun and exciting, it can be your adventures. See you on the next episode. Bye!